Greetings, I'm Adrienne Houghton and welcome to the Jacksonville Buzz. Now, the Police Athletic League enriches the lives of children in the community by positive relationships between law enforcement officers and the youth. And joining me today to discuss this wonderful organization is Assistant Chief Lakeisha Burton from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office and our newest Buzz contributor, Miss Angela Spears. Welcome, ladies.
How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. But before we get to talk about Jax Pal, yes, I've just got to say, as it's our first interview,
I'm so happy to be here with you.
Oh, this is wonderful. I want you to tell the audience more about yourself.
I have a marketing, public relations, and community engagement company. I've had it for 4 or 5 years now. I do marketing, like I said, marketing, media outreach, community outreach. I've been involved in the community. In my former life, I was a television anchor and reporter for a station here in town. I've worked with a couple of sheriff's office, worked with a former mayor. So just have had experience in town and love sharing stories. Adrienne, just love sharing stories.
Well, that's why you're here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is wonderful. And I know that this is a wonderful guest that you've brought on. So
she's a great lady.
Yes. Yes. Let's talk about the Jax Pal.
Well, first of all, I'm excited to be sitting between all of this energy. So I'm excited today. What a wonderful way to start my day. So, Jax Pal, actually, the Police Athletic League is a national organization. It's been around since the early 1900s. And we were very blessed that our local chapter was started here 47 years ago by a police officer here. He literally went to Walmart and purchased bats and balls and invited kids out to the park to play basketball, baseball, and really that's where PAL began here locally, just trying to bridge the gap between law enforcement and the youth in our community.
And there are 4 locations,
yes,
correct?
Yes.
4 PAL locations, 4 sites?
Yeah, so we have 4 community-based sites, and then we run a team-up program in one of the local schools here. So.
And what are the sort of programs that you do for children?
Yeah, well, through the education program, we have an after-school program where we pick up kids every day from the local schools, bring them to the sites, and where we have certified teachers to help them with their homework. We have enrichment activities, many times including police officers, and we feed them a hot meal because many of them normally won't have a hot meal from, the communities they come from. So the after-school program, summer program, and then we have athletics as well.
And it's interesting because you said it's bridging that gap between law enforcement and our children, because sometimes you guys get a bad rap in the community, honestly, right? And sometimes some kids are afraid to talk with an officer, but you're making that connection of, you know what, it's okay to come call you.
That's right.
It's okay, you know what, you're our friends, you're officer friendly.
Yes, every day. So I think that's the beauty. I tell people a lot of time, there are a lot of amazing youth servant organizations in our community, and we are different because we have police officers involved every day, and hats off to our sheriff because he gives an in-kind donation of police officers to work solely at PAL. So that is their job day in and day out. So we have an opportunity to, like you said, our mission too. So thank you for knowing that. And it's to enrich the lives of kids, and we get an opportunity to do that every single day.
I mean, that's wonderful. So you're telling me that you get to be with those children every day?
Yes.
What age groups?
Yeah.
So we serve kids from as early as 5 all the way to 18. So for the after school program, we tend to serve kids from kindergarten to 6th grade, and then they transition into our teen leadership program. And then, they're there until they graduate. And many of them participate in our teen leadership program as well.
And what happens during the summer when school's out? Do you do summer camp?
Summer camp. They're
so you're always packed.
Yes.
They
it's very loud there right now. Yeah, they're from 8 to 6. So if you go there right now, it's jam packed.
Really?
Yes.
How many children do you look after?
Yeah, so roughly a little over 350 kids. Yes.
It's a lot of kids.
Yes.
An amazing work that you all continue to do through the PAL program. So many people, not only law enforcement, but you have civilian employees there too. What other upcoming activities do you have?
That's a great question. Look, I wrote down some notes right here. One thing we're so excited about, so with our athletic program, we have a track team, and we had
Who would have thought, right, Adrienne, a track team?
I know, track, yes. We have every sport you can think of, but 22 kids from our track program just qualified to compete in the Junior Olympics. right? So right
my
now,
goodness.
next Saturday, we're going to be doing a car wash as a fundraiser. Right now, we're looking to raise $11,000 and we're at $8,000. So if y'all want to write me a check today, I'll take it. So we're excited. And then our after school program, our registration is open to start registering kids for our
So
after school
kids,
program.
get this, Adrian, kids have to start thinking about back to school now?
Oh, stop
that's
it.
what you're
No.
saying. Yes, that's what she's
Summer's
saying.
just started. The summer's
Exactly.
just
You're wanting them to think
Yes.
about back to school
Yes,
already?
yes. Believe it or not, the kids that come to PAL, they're so excited. They can't wait. They don't want to stop. They don't want to break. Like I think our last week of camp is next week, and they don't want it to end.
No, they probably feel safe, and it's, you know, it's interesting for them. There's stuff happening. What if somebody wants to get involved? I mean, general public, can they be involved?
Oh yes, absolutely. It's
How do they
open.
do that?
Just visit our website, jackspal.com, or just Google us. We got a phone number. You know.
So you're looking for volunteers? Can
Yes.
people get involved being volunteers in
Yes.
that way?
Yes, we always need volunteers.
And is this a chance too for the kids to learn about careers? Not only law enforcement, but other careers too while they're there?
Yes, absolutely. We work with a number of vendors, organizations that come in and really pour into our young people. Our goal is to really expose them and give them experience that they normally wouldn't have. So when you leave PAL, you are a well-rounded, law-abiding citizen by the time you leave us.
We'll have to have her come back and talk
I know,
about
absolutely.
talking about DNA Unique. It's a big sleepover.
Yes.
That's so much fun.
Okay.
Yes, 200 girls.
And the girls
Every
every
December.
hour on the hour, these girls are doing something. Some of them stay up the
Yes.
whole time.
Angela is
I'd be
she's
asleep.
our host
By
every year.
10:30, I'm definitely tucked up asleep in bed, but it sounds as though I may have to stay up all night. Thank you for coming in and
Thank you
telling
for
us all
having
about
me.
it.
Thank you
This
so
is,
much.
you know, this is such a pleasure to find out more about what's happening in Jacksonville,
Yes.
and also to let the audience know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you,
So
Angela.
stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Hi, my name's Aaron Irving, and I'm with Integrity Law here in Jacksonville, Florida. And today we're fortunate to have with us Missy Davenport from Jacksonville Area Legal Aid. Missy, thank you very much for being here today.
Hey, Aaron, thanks for having me.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role at Jacksonville Area Legal Aid, how long you've been there, and what department that you work in?
Sure. So I've been with Jacksonville Area Legal Aid for a little over 2 years now. I originally started as the director of our intake unit, and I recently moved to the pro bono unit as the director.
Great. So in the pro bono unit, are you matching individuals with a particular attorney in the greater Jacksonville area?
Yes, that's our goal, is to meet any needs that people have that we're not able to serve internally through Jacksonville Area Legal Aid. We're very fortunate to have a great group of private attorneys in the Jacksonville community that are willing to help out with cases in a lot of circumstances. So if we're not able to take the case at Jacksonville Area Legal Aid, we can ask some of our attorneys in the community if they would consider taking the case, and we're lucky that in many cases they are able to help out.
Great. And this is all types of practice areas. There's just not one just niche that you're looking for pro bono assistance, right?
We need help in every conceivable area of law. The only area that we really don't work in is the criminal area. So all of the cases that we handle are civil, but we get requests for anything and everything that you can imagine. So having a broad group of volunteers that would consider cases is very helpful to be able to place those cases.
Great. Now, Jacksonville Area Legal Aid also has an internal set of attorneys that will take on cases through legal aid. How do you pair attorneys with those clients versus weeding them out to private attorneys?
Sure. So every case that comes into legal aid goes through our intake unit. So the cases are screened to see if there is a legal issue there that might be able to be addressed. And then if it's something that our internal attorneys can handle, so we do many cases in the consumer area, housing, family law, public benefits. We also do a lot of immigration cases. So if it's something that can be placed with one of our internal units, then that's usually where the case goes. If for some reason the case isn't appropriate to be placed internally, or if we're at capacity for that unit, then it comes to me in pro bono, and then I try to match that case with somebody in the private attorney community.
Right. Now, and you're not only looking just for private attorneys to take on a litigant's case necessarily. There are other ways that private attorneys can give back to the community through legal aid. Can you tell us a little bit about those?
Absolutely. So we are trying to give any pro bono attorney an opportunity to give back in many different ways. And so the traditional classic way would be taking a case for representation, but that's time consuming and it's not always a right fit for an attorney, especially just depending on their caseload at that time. So what we also have are lots of other opportunities that sometimes are just you show up for one day, you're there for a couple of hours, and then there's no further obligation after that time. So some examples of those types of opportunities, we do an Ask a Lawyer event in the community about every month or 2 months, where on a Saturday morning a group of attorneys go out to a community center location and just take questions. So people can come and ask just about any type of issue that they'd like to just get some advice on. Those events are really geared to allow attorneys to come, give a little bit of advice, point people in the right direction, and then hopefully that allows the person to move along with their case on their own. Sometimes we do find cases that we can help with at legal aid or might be pro bono cases, but it is an opportunity. You show up, you're there for a couple of hours, help the community, and then that's the end of the obligation. We also have many different types of clinics that happen. So almost every Tuesday night at Legal Aid, we have a clinic at around 5:30 covering all types of different issues. We do advanced directives, name change. We also do an estate planning intake night for probate and wills cases. And we also recently started a project to help guardian advocacies be set up.
Wow.
So there's lots and lots of different ways that you can give back without having to take on a case.
That's great. You seem extremely busy.
It is. It's always busy, but that just shows that there's a great need for help in the community, and so it's such a great position that I get to be in to try to put these attorneys who want to help together with the clients who need the help. So it's good to be busy.
Good. So Missy, I appreciate you being here today. And for those that would like to learn more information about Jacksonville Area Legal Aid or how to help better assist the community, where can they go for that information?
So anybody who is interested in that can contact me directly. I'm on the Jacksonville Area Legal Aid website. It's jaxlegalaid.org. You can also email me, so it's missy.davenport@jaxlegalaid.org. We would love to have more people involved, and so if anybody's interested, they can just reach out and I can let them know what the opportunities are and find a good match for anybody who's interested.
Great. Thanks again, Missy,
Thank
for
you
being
so
with us
much.
today and allowing me to interview you.
Thank you.
Welcome back to The Buzz. Now, Angela and I are delighted to welcome Jacoby Pittman, who is the CEO, President of the Clara White Mission, to talk all about this fantastic organization that's right here in Jacksonville. Welcome, Jacoby.
Thank you.
Hi, Jacoby.
Hey there. How are you?
I'm doing
Good
well.
2 for 1 today. I love it.
I know. And we're
Right.
looking so bright and colorful.
Yes.
We love it.
It's the personality
There
today,
you go.
right?
There you go. Now, tell us about the history of the Clara White Mission, because it's actually quite interesting, isn't it?
It is. It is. It was started by a mother and daughter team, Eartha and Clara White, who addressed a lot of the social issues in the community. And of course, they still exist today. Poor people have been with us since the beginning of time, and they'll be with us to the end. And she developed programs over the years to help people lend a help up, not a help out. And so we continue that legacy in providing programs and, and training and housing, and to really just help people get their life back. And I'm just so grateful to be a part of that and to carry on the legacy that a mother and daughter team started here in Jacksonville.
And you guys have been around for more than 115 years. And you've mentioned you guys started off as a soup kitchen. And now
Absolutely.
you're a one-stop shop
Absolutely.
for so many services that you've
Absolutely.
mentioned.
Absolutely. Well, not only that, it has allowed us to grow and develop the needs that the individuals that are coming to meet and get a meal at Clara White Mission training, or even veterans. A lot of the individuals that come to the Clara White Mission are homeless veterans. And so we had to find a way to address some of those needs, because those are men and women who have fought for our country, and they deserve to have a quality of life. And we are about providing that quality to them in the programs and initiatives
And
that we
some of the
have.
training programs you have, your culinary arts program, an
Yes.
environmental program, a
Absolutely.
youth program, where they're actually getting hands-on training that will
Absolutely.
get to help them gain employment.
Absolutely, because most of the students that are enrolled in our culinary and environmental program were once individuals that came through that line, or individuals who were living from paycheck to paycheck, a no paycheck. And so they prepare the meals every day for the homeless that we serve, which we serve about 400 individuals a day. Then we have a drop-in center. If those individuals are living on the street, they can come take a shower, wash their clothes. If they don't have an address, they can receive meal at the mission as well.
So who actually benefits? Is it anybody who walks through the door can?
Anyone who feels like they need services, and
Mm-hmm.
and we don't feel if you didn't need the services, you wouldn't come to the Clara White Mission,
Of
or you
course.
would come. And it's based on an honesty system. And I've been there for 26 years, and I've seen some of the folks who were there when I first started. They still come back. They're seniors now, senior citizens. And so, for a lot of them, they live on a fixed income. So they have to decide, okay, will I go try to buy groceries and get medication or other essential needs, or would I go to Clara White Mission? At least I know I can get a nutritious meal with the breakfast. And then we work with other nonprofits in the community that provide meals as well for lunch and dinner. So we work with the Sauls Barker Center, Trinity, and City Rescue Mission, and Salvation Armies. And we, as nonprofits, we realize that funding is not promised every year. So we want to make sure that the gaps of services are available to the vulnerable population that we serve every
Now
year.
let's talk about funding.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes.
just about to get there. Adrian.
Yeah.
We're talking about funding, and unfortunately, right now you used to serve 7 days a week breakfast. Now you're at 5, and because of possible funding cuts, that could go down to 3.
Absolutely.
And other
absolutely.
services, those programs, Adrian, that we're mentioning, that some of those programs could go away due
Absolutely.
to the lack of funding.
Well, our community is very generous, and we have lost a few grants, 10,000 here, 50 here, 60 here. It all adds up. And not only that, we have a building that's almost 100 years old. So between providing services and food and training and trying to prepare those needs of that building, it has put us in a critical situation that we don't want to be. Our board of directors and I, we always manage to make up the shortfall, but because the cut was so devastating this year, it's hard to get back in a few months. And so we have a challenge campaign that's going
I was
on
going to say, yes. Well,
right now. It started last week, and we need to raise $425,000 by August 30th.
and how do people get hold of you to find out more information, or how
Absolutely.
can they get involved?
That's easy.
And how
I
much
could
can they
tell you.
get? What can they give?
Girl, deep as they can.
We want
okay?
the money.
Yeah.
You like her, Jacoba, don't you?
I
hear
love her. I need
We
her
want
on
the
my
money.
team. I want her on my team. But we've raised about a little over $200,000 since last Tuesday.
Oh, wow.
The Jaguars Foundation gave a lead gift, and then Best Bet, they gave a gift, and also Pageant and Pageant, they gave a gift, and the Weavers gave a gift as well.
Chartwells.
And Chartwell and Cisco. So we're on our way. And then we had about $10,000 that was given through social media. So if this is the sign, I am looking forward
Absolutely.
to.
And Jacoby, it's okay if people have $5. You talk about those green. We hear about grassroots donations.
Oh, absolutely.
If people can't afford it, and they can't afford the $5,000 gift like Adrian,
Right,
you know,
right.
I wish.
You know,
they can give the $5, $10.
well, as I said, through social media, that $10,000 that was raised over a week has become from grassroots individuals.
Yes.
You know, from $2 up to $5,000, and so, you know, again, those are the individuals that we serve, and certainly we appreciate those gifts. Any gift is not too small and not too large, because it will help to, one, what this 425 cut reflects is our feeding program
Yes.
and our adult vocational program. And, you know, those individuals need a second chance.
It's so fascinating to hear about this, and it's such a necessary thing that we need in Jacksonville. I would love you to come back and tell us how you get on as the year progresses.
I will.
Thank you for coming in and
thank
telling
you.
us
Go to
more about
theclarawhitemission.org.
Yeah, you can go to the ClaraWhiteMission.org, or you can mail a check in to Clara White Mission, 613 West Ashley Street, Jacksonville, Florida, 32202, or call me,
She had to get all that in.
354-4162. I'm going to look for you. I'm counting on you.
Get all that in.
You heard that from Jacoby and the Clara White Mission, a super important organization here in Jacksonville. Thank you for watching us today. In April of 1977, Peter Del Borello Sr. and Peter Del Borello Jr. started a unique business. And joining us today is our wonderful Buzz contributor, Mr. Stephen Strum, plus Mr. Peter Del Borello III, to tell us about this unique business. Welcome, Peter.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thank you both.
Now, we're talking about Anytime Cash, correct?
Yes, correct.
Tell us the history, because it's fascinating.
Yeah, so basically our company started, my father and grandfather bought a small little building, and they had one space left, and they didn't know what to do with it. And my father kind of thought about this business called check cashing. So my grandpa said, well, I don't even know if that's even a business, but we'll try it. So they had about 5 hours left, and they put it in this drawer, and they said, hey, if it runs out in a week or 2 weeks or a month, we'll fill up. And about an hour later, they were out of money, and my dad said, maybe we're on to something here. Maybe this is our business. So our company was born. That's
Fascinating.
You know.
And that
Absolutely
was
fascinating.
42 years ago.
42 years ago. We just talked about that, right?
Yeah, well, I could do the math.
Yeah,
right?
you did the math. Right. He did the math. Thank God he did.
Money men.
Right.
Money men.
Right. That's, you know.
And I serve in the financial services industry. And what we were talking about offset before the interview was how you guys have really revolutionized the delivery model in the e-commerce universe.
Right.
And this is amazing. Tell us about what the third generation has brought to the table in this check cashing business on a nationwide level.
Sure. So, you know, my brother says it's really having like 1 foot in the old financial world and 1 foot in the new financial world, right? It's that bridge of really bringing customers from those days to today, right? Customers need this service, and we needed to find a new way to deliver to the customers in a new way. You know, keeping up with the times, keeping up with the idea behind Anytime Cash was it's on their time, it's anytime.
Right. 24/7.
24/7. I mean, that's the world today, right? I mean, there's no stopping. There's no.
Give it to me now.
Right. Everybody needs it now. So, you know, your financial services are no different. You know?
And you have kiosks.
Yes.
And they're automated kiosks.
Yes.
And I'm sure some people may think, well, this is, you know,
Sure.
what do I do? I'm slightly nervous about this. Is there any customer support with your kiosks? I mean, can people phone ahead before they use the service, just so that they understand how it's all going to work and that the check doesn't disappear and then they're stuck?
Yeah, no, a great question. Yeah, so absolutely. So there's a 24/7 call center. They're bilingual. You can also set up the transaction on an app before you even get there. Oh. So you'll get a QR code. You'll walk up to the unit. It'll pop up on the screen. It'll scan that QR code, and then it'll dispense the cash right to you. So
fantastic.
we're trying to make things faster for customers, and a lot of our customers, they have so many things going on in their lives that are going wrong. We want to be the thing that goes right. We want to be a part of their day that's very simple for them.
Now, you're not just check cashing, are you?
No, we're not just check cashing. We're also doing Bitcoin. We're also working on other services, gift card exchange, ATM services, loan services. So customers will be able to get loans out of the kiosk as well. It'll be a full financial center.
And are you nationwide?
So we are not nationwide yet. We started our test pilot here in Jacksonville. We've now launched in Jacksonville, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. So we're bringing on new states as we're bringing on new services.
Yeah.
So.
And how many kiosks are there in Jacksonville?
So there's 5 here in Jacksonville. We want to bring that number up to like 15. We think that the city can handle about 15 kiosks. We're really looking for partner with stores that are 24/7 and that really kind of understand.
So they're not standalone. They are sort of connected to stores, to gas stations.
Yeah, mostly convenience stores. Convenience
Okay.
stores, gas stations, 24-hour locations where our customers will go and do their regular business.
Okay.
Well, you had mentioned that even in the name when you did Anytime Cash, because most places that provide that service are open in the quote unquote banker's hours.
Yes.
And your population
Yes.
may not be able to get there in time.
Yes, it's odd. I mean, our business is kind of an old business in the fact that most stores are open from 9 to 6. Most people work 9 to 6 or 9 to 5. So my brother and I said, hey, listen, we need to do something different. We need to, we need to be open 24/7 on their time, whenever that may be. If they work a third shift or they have something to do with their children after work, that they don't feel like they can't get access to the service.
Now, is there? I mean, there's obviously a fee to cash your check.
Yes.
Let's take the most simple service. What's the fee?
So the fee is 1.99%.
Okay.
So just under 2%, which in Jacksonville,
fair.
it's the lowest here in Jacksonville. So we're very proud of that. We want to deliver financial services cheaper for customers. We don't want it to be more expensive because it's technology. We wanted to use technology to kind of bring the price down, not raise it.
I mean, I think the one thing that people will take note of on this particular interview is that you're offering a service that perhaps they didn't know about.
Sure.
May not have come across a kiosk, or have come across a kiosk and gone a little bit nervous about it.
Absolutely.
Weird looking ATM.
Weird
Yeah,
looking
right.
ATM.
It looks a little different.
Is this for real?
That's right.
So to dispel all the myths, it is real.
Yes.
It's up
very
and
much.
running. Everything's smooth.
Yes.
What if somebody has a problem? What if, for instance, just saying, you show your ID and your check disappears into the machine and nothing comes out? What do you do?
I'll go there personally.
Oh.
I'll show up personally. I'll fly from Philadelphia. I'll fix the problem and I'll fly back again. No, I'm kidding. No. We have.
I'm
drops from orbit, right?
Yes.
Just the low
I just
Earth orbit,
got-
parachute guy.
I show up
Travel a
personally
balloon
to
above
fix the
the-
problem. But no, I mean, there's times that if there's issues, I'll stop, absolutely. But no, we have 24-hour techs that come out and fix the problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why Jacksonville? Why did you test market Jacksonville? Because a lot of people test market Jacksonville.
Yes.
Why did you choose Jax?
Well, the weather, right? You got to start with the weather, right? The
that's
weather.
not bad.
We met some great coders here in Jacksonville that I can't, say, better things about. Just great. And after meeting the people here in Jacksonville and really getting to spend time here in Jacksonville, I said, no, this is the place. I mean, great people. Just some great people here. And we thought, why, again, for our coders as well, they were close by. So anything that we needed to do would have been helpful because we can go out in the field and see it and actually talk to customers. That was important for them to actually talk and see what the customers thought.
Yeah. Well, I thank you for coming in.